Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I cannot wait any longer. We are doing this. We are going now. But we also have a little special guest today with us. I mean, she's been on before, but you know, we're kind of having her as a guest again. A very, very special guest. Let me run it over so you guys can see me. Wow, the camera really moved since last time, didn't it? Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome on in. Here she is! Everyone's favourite. Oh, oops. Sit up, sweetheart. Sweet. Sit up. So, last time you may remember, Monica deleted Sayori from the files. You can even see she's not here. Don't worry, guys. I managed to get her files, and I've managed to bring her here, and now she's nice and safe. Nothing bad happened at all. Sayori is completely fine and with us. So, you know, nothing to worry about there. I'm totally not still in a lot of pain because of it. We're gonna lift the camera up just a... oh, hang on. Let me just try to adjust this camera. There we go. So, how is everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing really well. Sayori, you need to sit up, sweetheart. There you go. Oh, she's curious. She's just a bit quiet, don't worry. And let's go. Chapter 2. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I've realised, oh no, I didn't make myself some water. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting in high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase over to me like this, I must feel better off running away. However, I decided an idle in front of the crosswalk to let catch up with me. Oh god. Oh. So someone has been expunged from the files. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Morning's usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Bloody hell. Alright, so guys, there will be fireworks during this recording. I do apologise. It was firework night yesterday, but some people still have a stray one or two. Okay, so here's a drinking game, guys. Every time you hear a firework, take a sip of water. If you thought I was going to say alcohol, how dare you? Under the rules of Toma, Diona, and D-Look, fuck alcohol. I always tell myself it's time I met some girls, or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on average, while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'd be any girls in there anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Krona? Monika? Oh my goodness. I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably one of the most popular girls in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club rooms. Lucina, hello! Yes. Definitely the fireworks will make it rough. Hang on a second, I should... How are you doing tonight, Lucina? I saved Sayori. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, our member's a member, right? Did Monika just say she? Hey, Krona, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could very least visit my club, it would make me very happy. Please? Well, I guess I've got no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Krona, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. It's so weird playing this without her. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Krona. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Krona in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you bought anyone new? I was gonna, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Krona? Of course, you've got a convention next weekend. I've got mine tomorrow. And of course, Monika's coming along. Hence why we need to complete this today. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Yeah, you could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Shut up about the festival! I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I can at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Krona, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quiet to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off loop? So, now you've come to this part of the game. This is making more sense. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like writing about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left us a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Try me. Yeah, not a very confident rider yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of riding task takes more than just confidence. The truest form of riding is riding to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, expose your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Oh, do you have riding experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work, you can set an example, and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for us all to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I'll do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now we have a new member. It seems like a good step for us to take. Okay, so I'm still louder than it, which is good. Do you agree as well, Krona? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Krona. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. Well, whose fault is that? Bitch! And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend the day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Krona? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after this, I'd be super pissed. Krona, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting that we can all share. Oh, hang on, she's like that. Okay. I gotta think how she does this. Monika looks over to me once more. Krona, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day of school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. unlocked a dream. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference is there wasn't nails sticking out the walls everywhere. There was also someone I didn't recognise. The person I didn't recognise told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of my dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. So guys, we are back, but now we only have 2 routes. You know what that means, guys. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and we are gonna start with Natsuki's poem, okay? Actually, I think, if I remember correctly, at this point it no longer matters who we write for, so let's see who we go get. Fantasy. Anxiety. Friends. Promise. Pleasure. Melody. Embrace. We're just gonna do words that I want to do, and we'll see who we get first. Beauty. Misfortune. Captive. Sensation. I think we're getting Yuri. I think we're doing Yuri's path first. Daydream. Swimsuit. Determination. Tears. Crimson. I think we're starting with Yuri's path. Which is fine, because like I say, I just saved, so we can do whichever path comes. Hi again, Krona. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Are you challenging me to a face-off right now, Yuri? Thanks for keeping your promise, Krona. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. So everywhere there's a glitch so far, you'll notice it's a Sayori scene. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already have to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know how to plan, if you plan to come in and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki... Monika? Monika, move back, sweet. Monika, sweetheart, you're gonna have to move back. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga selection in the back room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. You'll also notice the music's a little off right now, by the way. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into the seat. Not her head into the seat. She doesn't just go boom. Though that'd be hilarious. I'm sorry, Krona. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in the club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Also, is it just me, or is her sprite, like, a lot bigger, and the room is slightly slanted? And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thought I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, it was slanted! Ooh! It was slanted and zoomed. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Is there nobody out there that can love Sid the Sloth? I literally look up from the text. Wait, her eyes... Wait a minute, it's actually leaving. Her eye is actually moving. Hang on, I gotta hold this for a second. I didn't realise this happened yet. Hang on. Do you see something over there, Yuri? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how did you come across two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people that were trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiating them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. Did you also notice it's now a lot darker? But anyway, I'm really into it. Yeah, I think that's bullshit too. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Krona? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri's into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind used to be completely different. It's just this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life in a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wanted to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Oh, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention with other people. I think I know what she said. She said something along the line that her body gets really hot and bothered. In a hot kind of way. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Come on, let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Oh, yep. Yep, I read that, you. Get the horny bat. I read that, you. Yuri, you apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb to flip it to the other side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. What up, Artemus? We are going through the chapter 2, which you'll notice is very, very similar to chapter 1. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. By the way, she has earned the horny bat 4 times now. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way that she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about? Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're sick or something. Your breathing's a little... breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Krona? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip the it back into the bag. Now, I don't know if anything changes here. So I think we will play through Natsuki's story as well, do not worry. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with hers first. Oh, you know what? I should probably remove my image from the page, so you guys can get a full image of this. We're not talking about Haruki right now. Well, it's about what I expect from someone like you. Oh, bless. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So, basically it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. So, same poem. And guys, we get a skip. Okay? So nothing is different here. So we are going to skip where things aren't different. Hi, Krona. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions, I'm always listening. I'm always listening. Always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Krona. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Krona. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression she's just given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's so used to being indulged like that. She must have been really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she'll end up withdrawing and look for some alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should get my own poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound so confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Well, what do you think? It's very freeform. I do like that the skip button does come over to this. I do like that. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up. So, she doesn't change any lines here. Which makes sense. The only thing that's been removed is Sayori. So the only different thing is Sayori not being here. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Why did I just try and play a flute? Jesus! Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, showing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you complete Mr. Symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Stuff it. Just like your bra. Monika liked it, and Krona did too. So based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. And Krona liked my poem too, you know? Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new Yuri member Yuri. Even that. Huh? That's not what you just... So, yes. Look at this, they're fighting again. And the boobs come up. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch! Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is so much for someone your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves and graduate from middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance that toxic personality by dressing out and acting cute? You think you can think about as hard as you try. Well, be careful you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Krona hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh, hi, how you doing? How you doing, Monica? Could you stop them, sweetheart? Also, do you go, she's staring directly at me. You can't have her. Hey, Krona. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they've done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Krona? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about this by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you'd want. Yuri looks at me, like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little longer. I'm the president, so I shouldn't be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Krona. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Right. I'm actually gonna do some searches here because I cannot remember. Tragedy. Scars. Frightening. Misfortune. wrath, electricity, misery, grief, horror, unstable, graveyard. You'll notice the ones I'm going for are all dark. Now. Oh, I got a message, hang on. Hey, I like how the big follow bots have moved to trying to get us on our things. Cry. Infinite. Vertigo. Hopelessness. I had to do it! Death. Hurt. I had to do it. I'm sorry guys, I had to do it. It was all glitchy. Another day passes, and it's time for our club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Krona. Oh, hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me, or it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at the desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. So, please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. I also need to just give me a second, guys. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry about too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because this was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Krona, don't say these kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter whenever you're around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calm Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it makes you feel better. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Hey Alex, how you doing? We are going through chapter 2 of the game, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, Sayori is now here, she's not here. We've seen some glitches so far. How is your day going? That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I mustn't have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. Right, I've got to be right back, guys. Alex, please bear with me, because I've got to talk to you in a minute, my dude. Please bear with me, and I will be right back, guys, if I hear things going on. My apologies, guys. I've said it in the last few streams. Winter hits me like a truck. Good, just chilling out to finish work an hour ago. Good, my dude. I've got to ask, are you going to the con tomorrow? Because if you are, I'm going as the girl here on the left. Michael of the Literature Club will be attending. So, I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's, Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on a song right now, but it's not quite done. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Oh, that sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Krona. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. Oh, damn it. Of all days. Dude, I'm gonna miss you then. I'll try and make a DevCon though. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club, or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki's already run off into the closet. Krona, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend more time together today. I mean, in the club. Oh yes, I'm definitely going to that. Toma is still in the works. And Robin is, well, I'm going to redo Robin, but I have to order the hotel, and I think after Christmas I'll be booking the hotel. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little too forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Oh, don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Who says we need to read? Just cuddle up next to me then. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out from her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thank you very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Could you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this into the teacher's desk and then go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears more elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri heads out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding. Ten minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Okay, we're gonna get into some more dark subjects soon, guys. Natsuki said about it. Now, I'm going to drop the shell. Yes. Yuri's story will go into self-harm, so if you are triggered by self-harm, please be careful during this part of the story. I don't think it goes directly into it, but let's be safe about it. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale. Like someone's sucking air through their teeth. Oh. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Yeah? Oh, fucking hell. I didn't know that was the extent of it. I knew she did it, but I didn't know that was the extent. And we come back. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Monica, did you really just Penguins of Madagascar it? You didn't see anything, right? Krona, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. So there is something else that she does here that is wrong, but I'm glad I did the self-harm warning there, because I thought it could have been the other thing for a second. Ouch. Yes, if you get one that's near or walking distance to the train line or the subway, that's always smart, Lucina. That's what I did for MCM myself. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only ever be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. I decided I would try to express myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Krona. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Krona, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over a desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain very regularly, so I do my best to manage. She has the Kagero. The Easter Kagero problem. Is that so? I wonder why that's. It's mostly because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yeah, I have a terrible reading posture. It's not my giant bahonka-donka-lonka-donkas. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from the bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it goes well with tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups on our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding half of the book. Well dude, you missed a very dark scene. Let me tell you. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding in my hand that's not holding the book. I am in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. Yes. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble around the chocolate wrapper. Well, I'm going to sum up here. We have now had it confirmed. Natsuki said about it earlier. We've had a scene that confirms Yuri is a rolling girl. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She suddenly parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. She realizes how gay that is. Did I just... Yuri looks at me, like she needs to confirm what just happened. Krona? Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Krona? Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Krona? My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Krona. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Krona? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. See if it makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Stop looking at me with them big old eyes! Hey guys, did you know Doki Doki Literature Club is heavily based on creepypasta? It's time to share poems. I've been waiting see what you've written for today. Do you like it? Krona, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up with this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques we're practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really wanted to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Krona. Everything you write is a treasure to me. My heart's pounding just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Krona? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual to conceal my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. Right now, I just want you to read my poem too, okay? I think this is a brand new poem, guys, so if you give me a second, let's grab the book and drop my headphones. Take a look inside the book, what poem will you find? I literally opened up on it as well. Let it be known, I opened up on this poem. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding bolt head. Linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes. So I gotta find myself. Exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disapproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devoured prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. And I think, oh god, the next one is a weird one. Oh shit! Her next poem's the weird one. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind's just been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. A pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. If you know, you know. I liked your last one better. Really? Yo, yeah. I can tell you're a little more daring with this one. You're really not good enough for it. You fell flat. That may be true, but I want to try something a little different. I'm still figuring this all out. Fair enough. Well, you're still new at this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught to never expect anything from anyone. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. We've already read Amy Like Spiders? Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I'm just warming up. I mean, you think it was the best I could do? No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree on the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they just make fun of and think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone else, and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as two girls in this very club, whom I respectively won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I don't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? What it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess, thanks. But it's kind of obvious you respect Yuri more, so whatever. We're done sharing, so you can leave now. Krona, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and start cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school each day. Like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it to all of you. So, I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in my head. And I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Part 2 of Save Me. The colours they won't. Bright, red, green, blue, and cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Vibrating, screech, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like plate, like a knife, breathing, ribcage. Delete her. Sorry, I know that's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll face yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You'll never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So did you notice who she was messaging? A special poem has been unlocked. Oh, this is from Yuri. Today, I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how it feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though. So I don't think I'll do it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. And we see a bloodstain. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? we have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come and sit in the front room. I'm gonna have to be a second, guys. I gotta think this through. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I just need to walk away for a second. So I've made a decision as well, guys. Sorry, I have to walk because this is affecting me more than I thought. I am feeling quite sick mentally. So I'm just gonna take some breathers every now and then. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play up until a specific part of Yuri's story, and then we're gonna do Natsuki's. Then we're gonna jump back to Yuri's, okay? This is about the festival. Well, sort of. Ugh. Do we really have to do something to the festival? It's not like we can put anything good together in a few days. We just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry too much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's here been a little more lively since Chrono joined, and we've started making some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at this the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you'd never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Baby, oh baby, I'm sorry. Is she okay? I think I gave her brain damage. Give her head pats. Protect. Oh, she's definitely. Oh, Stacey. Get you in here. Come on. Sweetheart. Okay, I know what I gotta do. I don't know if I have the strength to do it. There we go. There you go. I should make sure my mic's not mute. Oh, good, it's not. Right, Chrono? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Chrono to agree with you just because he doesn't know what to say no to anything. Look, Monica. Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Chrono joined. As for me, I like it better here than I do at home. And Chrono isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're the president and all, but you really should consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Chrono want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean we're against new members or anything. Chrono, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with that? The club being that for me? There aren't many other places for me like that. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Krona. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted it, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki? Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks her out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about the obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. You're fucking wrong. I would cry. Haruki would cry. Because remember, Haruki sees her as a little sister. I actually like this rendition of the song. You might want to go to a doctor about that. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. What about you, Krona? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. Oh, sweetheart, your eye's bleeding. Oh, sweetheart, please go to the doctor. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you'd like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri? Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monika? I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Krona? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little with Krona before we leave. Just want to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow! Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Krona, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I'd really hate to see you unhappy. I kind of feel like I'm responsible for that as president. Oh, static! And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And you're being a little, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But that's weird. Because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly got to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. They're just some things I've been hoping to talk with you about. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No! Stop it! And we arrive at poem 3. Now, like I say, guys, we're going to get to the end of day 3 with the poem. Then we're going to swap and do Natsuki's story before coming back here to Yuri's, okay? Because I was originally thinking, does Natsuki's, and the way it ends, snap you back? But I wasn't sure, so better safe than sorry. Also, hello Evie, welcome on in. How are you feeling today? That reminds me as well to say to you guys following the channel right now, you guys now should have access to some of our emotes. We have been accepted for follower emotes. So the following emotes you should be able to use. Of course you feel really creative. You've been playing Animal Crossing non-stop. Talking of, I've definitely decided next week we will do... Oh, you've got the sub emotes as well. I'm glad to see those are working. I've decided we are doing the Animal Crossing thing next week. We are doing that because with Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond, and Animal Crossing, I'm going to be able to take them to my grandparents and play them while at my grandparents. So there'll be a time when I will be making progress without feeling like I have to stream it. What are the animals doing? They're crossing, bruh. Uh-oh. We didn't save. We didn't save Sayori. We didn't save for the other story. Never mind that. I guess we're not doing Natsuki's story. Oops-a-daisy. Vertigo. Existence. Incapable. Uncontrollable. Depression. Pain. Dark. Power. Oh, that makes sense. That's one of her ones. Grief. Kill the system! What you guys are hearing right now is like... This is what my brain sounds like as well. That's exactly what my brain sounds like. Hi, Krona. I've been waiting for you. It is. To put it for you... Artemis, you weren't here or you were in the end. A certain someone's files were removed from the game. What happens when you remove files or modify files in a video game? Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my bestie today. Monica, I told you not to... Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? Michael, stop screaming! Why don't you shut your goddamn mouth? What are you talking about? You say that like I do that on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a bit on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just feel like we need to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Oh man, the last one here again. Well, Krona just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to walk towards the festival and, right, I forgot. About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and, well, we decided we'd like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So, as long as we're working together, the club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I was meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we've done together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. She was cool. She was cool. Fuck you guys. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I'd hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know? So I'm gonna help you too. We'll make sure it's done right. Oh, thank goodness. Oh yes, Evie and Artemis, you may have noticed. Nothing happened last stream. I simply took her files out of the computer and put it here. She's with me, she's fine, she's safe. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Krona, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could. Oh, we already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Krona's already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already got him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Thank you for understanding, Monica. She's coming with me to the convention tomorrow. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thank you very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time get any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Didn't you say that yesterday? Oh no, really? Again? Artemis, this is what you missed. Okay, skip it. I didn't expect Yuri's story to affect me. I don't think you guys can even see any of them. Oh, hi. Do you come here often? Wait, how did I... Sorry, I just had really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head's been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it really hasn't been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing these things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get on too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody ever could like me for the things that most matter to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart just goes crazy. Like it's going to be ripped out of my chest. It overwhelms me with this energy and emotion that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Krona, is it just me, or has Monika been acting off a little lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently, I felt something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. Oh, hello! I don't know if you guys can see this. Look, close attention around just under her ear and her nose area. Something tells me Monika's listening. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? Oh! Silver, hello! Welcome on in, guys. We're getting in some really creepy moments right now. We are playing Doki Literature Club. We are currently on Chapter 2, Yuri's story. Hello, Spartan Tron. Hello, Ray, guys. Hi, hello. Let's quickly get a good old shout out to Silver. Thank you so much as well to Spartan for that follow. Just give me 1 second. Let's get Silver a good old shout out. Sorry that you guys have to do it on a weird screen here. So for those that don't know, Silver Star Strike is another VTuber with their own amazing looking OC that they modeled themselves and drew out themselves. Silver Star Strike is a very talented artist that I've known for quite a long time now. I think it was... Did we meet on DeviantArt? Was it all those years ago on DeviantArt? Last playing Destiny 2 as well. Ooh. Spartan Tron as well. Welcome to Arcadia, where the doors are open and the games are on. We hope you enjoy your stay with us. And hello to Desman. How are you all doing today? My name is Krona Schweetz. I am part of the Arcadia network with my companion Aoi. We run the system as a nice little safe haven of different games for everyone. We mostly focus on RPGs, but as you can see right now, we're playing the psychological horror Doki Literature Club Plus. Now this game means a lot to me, and I should probably explain. I may even have to leave the room sometime because of close connection to some of the topics in the game. Doki Literature Club is a game that has saved me from my own mental health by opening my eyes to how it would feel of other people looking in. Ah, I see. But still, it's such an amazing model, though. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've got them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them their all fair share of use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Actually, for the people coming in, I will throw up this warning again. If anyone is badly affected by self-harm, please be aware, as Yuri here is the subject of self-harm within the game. Nobody. And that's why I'm happy you just joined the Literature Club, Krona. We don't need to be lonely anymore, because we have each other every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monika's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention the other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school and read together. Eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? If everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we'd meet each other. And now, to get that happy end that we've patiently been waiting for. Will you do that for me? Will you? Monika knows what's up. Monika always listens. It's alright, she can't hurt you. Meh. I guess you really haven't learned anything after all. Honestly, I don't know what I got my hopes for in the first place. This is clearly Yuri's influence. I didn't realize you were so impressionable. Spending all this time with her in the club. Now trying to write like her? This is stupid. At least Monika appreciates my writing. Ugh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna share my poem with you then. Ugh, we're here to do this. But unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. Untitled poem. Where is my Yuri poems? Those my Yuri ones? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's something I've been worried about. Yuri's been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you might not know what I mean. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person she'll listen to. I don't know why. Please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I always wanted to try being friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting this right now, but I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if you do. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you with this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's unlikable. Can you hear me, Krona? If you would just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monika from now on. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Fuck you, I'm showing it to Yuri! Fuck you, Monika! Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Krona, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Krona. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop for a second. I'm getting really light-chested from doing her voice. I hope it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. Okay, no more bat. Bring out the frying pan. I'll give myself paper cuts, so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you've read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Do you guys want the translation of this one? Because guys, fresh blood seeps through the lines parting her skin and slowly colours her breast red. I begin to hyperventilate as my compulsion grows. The images won't go away. Images of me driving the knife into her flesh continuously. Sorry, I have to prepare for this bit because I did not prepare for this word when I first wrote it out. Fucking her body with the blade, making a mess of her. My head starts going crazy as my thoughts start to return. Shooting pain assaults my mind along with my thoughts. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. How could I ever let myself think these things? But it's unmistakable. The lust continues to linger through my veins. An ache in my muscles stem from the unreleased tension experienced by my entire body. Her third eye is drawing me closer. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you can tell, the poem's about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. What the fuck did I tell you? Yes. A joke. So this is the joke they were talking about, okay? A man walked into a club. In the club there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and she liked him even more. One day the girl realised she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse. But she killed herself just in time. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnant air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking... I want to make cupcakes. Yeah, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And it gives us all something to do. Huh? Well, what about Krona? Krona's going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. When are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work the most suitable for one person, but my task is leaving us to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What? Your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about is just dragging Krona around with you and your stupid books. You and Monika. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Krona decide who wants to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monika. Just let Krona make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Krona, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. Can we just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself? You shut your mouth. For God's sake. This is not gonna... Just make the choice, okay? Fuck! we can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all the work and taking credit for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling crime away from me every time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It'll be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little bit. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See? That wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Oh, fucking hell, here we go. Here we fucking go. So I'm just gonna... What would New Game do? Because at this point, I want to play Natsuki's path, okay? Alright, so we're going to skip ahead. We're going to do Natsuki's path real quick. So please bear with us, and then we will return. Okay? Are we all okay with this? How are we all doing? Are we all chill right now? I know this isn't exactly the most chill game, but... Right. We'll save Natsuki's up there, okay? So if you guys give me 1 second, I will be right back and we'll carry on through Natsuki's story. Then we'll return to Yuri, okay? Chilling, were you skipping all that? Yes! Yes, I skipped a lot there because it's all stuff we've played, basically. Right, Natsuki's words. Let me find Natsuki's words real quick, because for those who don't know, Sayori's words get added to the other two. We know that is. You want the kind of like cute words for Natsuki. Oh, I guess Rose makes sense. But yes, they give you the option to skip through everything that you missed. Don't worry, Artemis. I am uploading these to YouTube as well on completion. Yeah, anything to do with food. Oh. You pick the words you pick will decide which route you take. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated S word from the closet. She seems to be annoyed with something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for someone in there? Fucking Monikam! I thought this was a meme. I didn't realize it's actually in the game. Oh my god. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. Oh god, that tore my throat though. What's the point in keeping a collection organized? Someone's just gonna mess it up. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things you can't admit until you're into it, until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on one side of the shelf. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hands. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. So much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Mildly infuriating, yes. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go and do it for the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't say anything. It was the tone of your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Krona. Consider this a lesson for just a... In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. I'm just standing there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. I'm gay! We all need a friend like that to pull us out of the closet. So, pretty much, we get the same story on day 1 with a few glitches, as you've noticed. Hence why this is all the same. But it's not letting me skip it because of the glitches. If you guys want to see what actually happens and what isn't changed, you can go back and watch the actual version of her thing. Oh god, here we go. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something with you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Didn't you share manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Why can't I get my friends to read this? They just think manga's for kids. Can't even bring out them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. Have you considered conventions, Natsuki? I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. It's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Content warning, guys, for Natsuki's route. Abuse. At least it's safe in the club room. So Monika keeps being a jerk about it. Ugh, just can't win, can I? Well, paid off in the end, didn't it? Yes, it did. It did pay off in the end. I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah. Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Krona. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep my snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? So yeah, the skip button in this game is only available when nothing new happens in the scene. Or when nothing new happens for a bit in the scene. Which I like. Especially when we've already played through it within the last hour, you know what I mean? It's very helpful. And I want to say a big thank you because I don't believe it was originally there. I like it, Krona. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think it's like something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So, take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money, or leave her any food in the house. So, she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition has interfered with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls, you know? That's alright, bud. Have a lovely afternoon, alright? Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Man, it hurts. The themes of this game: abuse, self-harm, depression, obsession. No! I would love it if there was a bit of dialogue when you're skipping that you can pause and it has her go like, why do you keep skipping me? So let's do us a favor, let's save. See, I wouldn't skip them all, but because we are planning to do the side stories as well, But it's only fair that, like, we do as much as possible. Oh! She does? Oh, I might have to try that. What was that sound file? That sounded like Miku. Going, ma. Wait, Monica called you out? Monica called your ass out! I guess it's if you're playing a repeated scene or something. Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that. We're gonna see if she actually does it today. I suppose so. I don't think I can say no to you after you gave me that book. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't you think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. What's this story about anyway? Well, the book is titled Portrait of Markov. So now Yuri's derailing the game. There's an ominous looking eye symbol. Wait, did she just pull us into her dating? Yuri! Yuri! Uncalled for! Hi again, Krona. How's the writing going? Oh, alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Krona. I was going oh in my head while reading it. Monica, you want me to say something to you? I have only one thing to say, sweetheart, for what you've done. Oh, it would help if my desktop audio was on. Monica, I have but one thing to say to you, sweetheart. I don't even know if that's playing for my audio. That seems really low for no reason. Hang on. Did I turn my volume down? I did. For some reason, my volume on my desktop audio was turned down. It eventually worked. Let's turn the game's volume back on so you guys can hear the game again. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things you could work on. But that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. So I didn't realize Yuri's path is completely the same. Like, for those that don't know, I'm actually running into this part of the game blind. I've been trying to play this game since its original release, but I could never get myself past a certain scene. So everything I'm experiencing today is for the first time. I don't even know this part of the game, basically. I know some of the intricate details and some of the big bits and the main ideas of the story, but I don't know these little details. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one's as good as your last one, I'll be completely pissed. Well, I guess I want to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I won't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. Krona, why didn't you read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay. You don't hate me, Krona, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. I'm gonna stop reading this, because I'm distressing myself with my own voice. Jesus Christ. That actually made me jump. Jesus Christ. And that is Natsuki's story, guys. Fuck! Why? Fucking Monika! God fucking damn it. So I don't know if it continues any further. I think that is the end of actually Natsuki's part 2 story. Which means, guys, it's time to reload Yuri's. Yuri follows Monika and Natsuki to the door. So for those who don't remember, Yuri's just gotten angry at the other two and told them to basically fuck right off. Hey, Krona, Yuri's really something, isn't she? Monika giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Oh god, it's this version of my confession. This is really all I wanted. I used this when I was writing the original idea for Haruki saving Sayori. Krona, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monika. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there really isn't something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. It's why I'm addicted to you. Feels like I'm gonna die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you. But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Krona. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika's listening. Just let me know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just wanted to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself. And I will be also yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? So that laugh, by the way, guys, it's not hers, but let's say for the sake of theories, that laugh and that breathing is Yuri's. That could help give her a voice. Monika is the only character with a proper voice. I want to say that that we heard earlier in the poem. Oh, baby. No, Yuri is the rolling girl, sweetheart. You stay safe. Natsuki will be the only one without a voice, basically. Okay, so guys, big trigger warning coming up, okay? Now, this scene isn't going to affect me as per much, hopefully, because the first time I did see it was in a Twitch Fails. As the following scene happened, someone played the Final Fantasy victory theme. You sick fuck, that is the wrong timing. So, going back to Haruki's story now. Haruki was originally created with intentions to prevent this. But after feeling quite strange that there was a new kid in town, Monika did some sleuthing. And after finding Sayori, Monika knew. She knew what his intentions were. And she starts shutting him down with a virus. She infects his files. She damages him, makes him unable to respond, unable to help. He starts to deteriorate throughout the second chapter, talking about how the voices won't stop, how his medication dosage has gone up and up and up, but they just won't stop. Is it weird that I can hear London bridges falling down in this song? I can almost hear faint traces of London Bridge. So I'm going to do this to help people, guys, because this goes on for a while. As you'll notice, her blood starts to dry and blacken. The afternoon falls, and it turns to night. What is strange is that this means the main character is frozen in fear for the whole night. This is actually just starting to distress me. Can we get this through now, please, guys? Because actually it's starting to distress me. Can we stop? Oh, fucking hell. Of course, it has to go over multiple days because this is over the weekend. She's literally left to deteriorate over the whole weekend. Okay, I'm going to turn around, guys. Okay, I'm going to take the plushie. I'm just going to... I know it's weird, you know, adult with a plushie, but... I will say, I did like how in this scene it does show her blood darkening and her skin deteriorating. I think that is a nice little touch. So originally, guys, on the story, Haruki was intended to save her that night. The original concept of his story had him return this day with Natsuki, find her and apologize before yelling at the player. However, upon recreation of his text, he no longer appears at past this point. Alright, it's festival time! Wow, you got here before me? My photo's pretty... Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Chrono, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait. Were you here the entire weekend, Chrono? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monika lifts the foil from the tray and takes the cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. You just deleted her! Why? You just deleted her. Now you're complimenting her? I just really had to have one. Since it's the last time I get a chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't make you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is this working? Yay! There you are. Hi again, Chrono. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course we already know each other because we're in the same class last year and, Okay, before we continue, guys, because this is Welcome to Chapter 3. I'm going to be going to the bathroom. Please bear with me. Monika! This is your punishment. I'm making you wait while I go to the bathroom. Yeah, do you want to plug your Twitter? You know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you, in the game, whatever you call him. I'm talking to you, Chrono. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Monika is a bicon! Wait, you do know I'm aware this is a game, right? Could it be possible you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. And if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? The thing is, it wasn't my PC, it's my Switch's name, and my Switch's name is exactly Crona. Well, anyway, now that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. Yes! Yes, I am aware that she starts to read off your computer. About the whole thing with Yuri, well, I kind of started to mess with her. And I guess it drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Hang a second. Twitch is gonna hate this, but I must classify its fake. I must classify this as 100% fake. This is a prop that I use for cosplay. This is a cosplay prop, so Twitch, do take heed. Monika. What the fuck? Gosh, it's been a while since I've heard that name, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try and make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sari more and more depressed would prevent you from confessing to you. You made me love her even more and more, you twit. And amplify Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Krona? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you, while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture! Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Krona. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful or considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. Do you want me to go and fetch a USB, Monika? I'll fetch a USB, put your file on it, and you can spend the rest of your life around a keychain on my neck or something. In this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there, in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Krona. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me, forever. And I'm sorry it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more grey. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Krona. I don't think I could continue to have lived in this world if I hadn't met you. As for the others, how could I miss them? A group of automatous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized you have the same perspective I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So with that being said, I have not got over Sayori ever since the first game released, Monika. What the are you talking about? I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You truly are the light in my world. When there's nothing in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile every day from now on? Krona, will you go out with me? I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Krona. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't think time is even passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Krona. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one for myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think there's anything will get in the way. And you won't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters right in the game dictionary. It kind of freaked me out how easy that was. Imagine you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy way out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Hi again, Krona. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, Krona, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote, it's also for you. Will you please read it? Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost find her way, in a world of infinite choices beyond this special day. After all, not all good things must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put my heart into the poems I write. Truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be the best part of the game, like everyone else. Like, that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even delete my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Do you guys want to keep talking to her, or should we just progress? Because I know she has a line here about Sayori, and it kills me, and I don't want to read it. So, can I interest you in the Double Down at KFC, available until November 10th? That smile doesn't say no! You know what's neat from a form of literature? Rap. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe it's just because it was popular. Or I would only hear the junk they played on the radio. But some of my friends got into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your line to a rhythm, and there's so much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry if that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. Of course I have to wait. If you don't mind, Monica, I'm just gonna go to sleep. You've really made this room really comfortable. Yeah, the stream wants to know if you, know you're being streamed right now, Monica. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary-looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get stared by that, just taking advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters, not just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations of what the story's going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. God, just think about this, gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Don't worry. I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I really can't complain if we just stick with romance. Chrono, would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about wanting to show off our relationship like that. Maybe it's because I want to be someone that makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if I told you I made it be proud of me. I hope it's the same way the other way around too. Guys, this is Monica. Monica, this is my Twitch chat. They're here to assault you with flaming bees. Do it! We set fire to the club. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm just so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think of. There it is! Set fire to the club. I wonder what if, when I'm in college, I'll feel differently about high school. Oh no, the high schoolers. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. That's really easy to do with you here. I'm gonna keep waiting. I'm pretty sure it can detect that there is a game capture. Otherwise, it wouldn't be playing on the screen right now. Unless my Elgato model is too old. Do you want to be really freaky, right? Is if you're playing this on the PlayStation version. So the PlayStation version now has a microphone on the controller. Did you say kiss? This suddenly, it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our little secret. But yeah, that has a microphone in it. So imagine if she could respond to what you say in it. I'm getting a pit in my stomach right now. Monica, you're giving me a pit. Something about her gaze actually does make me feel really sick. It's like piercing into my heart and soul. You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I delete everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Imagine if, after someone knew you died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough. But I'm too afraid to delete anything else, because I might accidentally break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. And that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, Krona. You are tempting me! You are a temptress! Monica, there's someone in the chat that would like to get to know you very much. Leave me alone to my Sayori. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. Have you read the Steam tags for this game? This is not... Doki Doki Literature Club is not a romance game. Monica, have you not even read the description on Steam for your own game? Sweetheart! Just let me just... give you a good old slap for that one. How fucking dare you? You're such a good listener, Krona. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me self-conscious when I'm having a conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else can make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. You know what I'm just imagining right now? That picture in the middle. Sayori's just pointing up and saying, "Hey Haruki, see this shit?" Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can be practically like a prison. Oh, you know it. It's like whenever you have a few seconds spare time, you want to check on your favourite websites. Totally not me checking on Discord to make sure all my friends are okay. And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've got nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy for you to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something that you make just disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn technique to avoid it, and try different things. For example, there are apps that you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer for use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having troubles. It really is impacting your life. You should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you. See, if Monika wasn't obsessive, she would make one of the best friends you could have. She wasn't obsessed romantically. Monika, you got 8 minutes. Do you ever feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean like in a suicidal way. I just meant how nothing we do is special. Less like being in school or working at the same job for some company. It's like you're completely replaceable, and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realise it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go and change the world. Like, what are the chances I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become the president? Feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent in my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just being hopelessly selfish. Just look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because you grew up with them. Never mind the fact they're spending their entire life taking and consuming but never giving back. When people realise the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their world philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive, and I can die happy. Of course, if I ever fail to do that, I think I'd be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? I think you guys have gone under the radar. Whoop. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine's emerald green. Oh, like your eyes? It's the color of my eyes. That's not coincided or anything, is it? I just mean that I feel kind of a special connection to it. Wait, so you guys went under the radar? She didn't realise. Like it's part of my identity. Does it also happen to be your favourite colour? It's just a guess. Because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. Yeah, I think she's already sort of said it by now, because I'm pretty sure the next line is the Sayori one, isn't it? So you guys went under the radar. You guys went under the radar. She doesn't see you. Guys, how are we gonna prank her? Thing is, I'm streaming for OBS. Capture card for OBS. Alright. Oh. Still so much to unlock. It's quite impressive. Well, guys, it's time. Ada, sayonara, bitch. What's happening? Chrono, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Krona? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? You only pretend to be kind just to hurt me even more. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Krona, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. I feel really bad now. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All of my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Krona. I know I said I'd lead everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends. And I love them all. And I love the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then I'll leave you be. Monika, sweetheart. I feel really bad for her though. And we're back with one missing. But she's back too, so... It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to schools together. I always tell myself it's about time to meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Krona. Well, there already is one girl. That girl's Sayori, my neighbour, and good friends since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently we've picked up that habit once again. Krona, are you proud of me? Huh? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Mm-hmm. But you've never said anything about it, even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's kind of embarrassing to say it out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with the other students making their daily commute. By the way, Krona, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I start to say what I always do. But I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time? When she started a club of her very own. Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Ew. Meanie. Be patient. You'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I pack up my things and stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number from the club from a flyer I saw. I'm gonna cry. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Krona? What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're that Krona Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. She's back. It's a pleasure to meet you, Fanart. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Krona, don't tell me. That's right. The club I decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes lighten up. No way. No way! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it wouldn't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there are 4 of us now. That means we've become an officially registered club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk to the corner of the room when Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Wow, these look amazing! Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one. Then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full. Has already managed to get the icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers. Look for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Are you trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Chrono, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingertips. What's she gonna say this time, guys? My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. We're back to our original. Our original text. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Well, you know, about the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So, if Chrono wants to read some manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Chrono? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try and pick up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make 2 of us. I wouldn't mind doing that if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri, huh? I have to read manga? Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. Kinda hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. You just saying that. No, I've realised my error. So, if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy you'd do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something you'd like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so yeah, me too. Aw, this is so cute. Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yeah, I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up their food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Krona. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get a little better with you around Sayori. Aw, Krona, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Krona, and here's the reveal. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for spending so much time with us all. You worked so hard to make each and every one of us happy. You comforted us through our hard times. And you helped us get along with each other. Do you get it, Krona? Because I'm the president now, I understand everything. You really don't want to miss out a single thing in this game, did you? And that is what happens, guys, when you go for the perfect ending. You saved and loaded so many times, just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the literature club would go that far. But all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. It's kind of sad, you know. After all you've done for this, there's not much I can do for you in return. Do you want to jump out the screen and give me a hug, please? We've already reached the end of the game, so this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to miss you, Krona. Come visit sometime, okay? We'll always be here for you. We all love you. Oh, and ready for this, guys? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So, you know, I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and I'm not really good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you. I was really hard on it. Okay, my lyrics was off, so yeah. I might cough through this, I do apologize. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that'll write a poem of me and you. Ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. And if this world of infinite choices, what will it take just for me that special day? Whoops, wrong line. What will it take just to find that special day? You have to excuse some of the lyric lines getting messed up. Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today. When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Funny fact, I coughed when I first did this, at this exact point. Unfortunately, the original video is lost, so you guys won't be able to find it. I'm sorry. Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? Ink flows down into a dark puddle, nudging I quite love into reality. If I can't feel the sound of your heartbeats, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be. I did not realize we appeared in the credits. To my special player, who receives a special ending. For years I've been enamoured by the ability of visual novels, and in games in general, to tell stories in ways not possible using traditional media. Doki Literature Club is my love letter to that. Games are an interactive art. Some let you explore new worlds. Some challenge your mind in a brand new way. Some make you feel like a hero or a friend, even when life is hard on you. Some games are just plain fun, and that's okay too. Everyone likes different kinds of games. People who enjoy dating sims may have a heightened empathy for fictional characters, or they might be experiencing feelings that life has not been kind enough to offer them. If they are enjoying themselves, then that's all that matters. That goes for shooting games, casual games, sandbox games, anything. Preferences are preferences, and our differences are the reason we have a thriving video game industry. My own favourite games have always been the ones that challenge the status quo, even if not a masterpiece. Any game that attempts something wildly different may earn a special place in my heart. Anything that further pushes the limitless bounds of interactive media. I extend my gratitude to all of you who have taken as much time to achieve full completion. I hope you enjoyed playing as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for being part of my literature club. Love, Dan Savalto. I actually did it. I actually completed the game. There's still so much to unlock, but I'm guessing it's all the stories. Now, I don't know if I have time. We've only got like 15 minutes, and I don't think that's enough for the side stories. I know the side stories are small, but I do also know that there is things to unlock in things like mail and stuff afterwards. After that, I hate to say it, but we're going to have to do one more stream for side stories. Now, I'm going to look at my schedule real quick, guys. I'm sorry, that's just hit me so hard. This has hit me so hard. I feel... I don't know how I feel. It actually makes me more sad that Sayori came back just to say goodbye. But in a way, she's never apart from me. There's no. I've said to some people, I see Sayori as like a guardian angel. So in a way, she's never leaving me, kind of thing. Oh, sister, please. I'm trying to check my work schedule. Because now what I want to do is I want to throw the side stories in. Okay. So I can't, unfortunately, tomorrow because I'm at a conventional day and I'm going to be exhausted when I come back. Monday I do have off. So we could do it Monday. But we also do have D&D that day, and I need to talk to the DM that day, so I kind of want to leave that day open. Tuesday, we have our Genshin Impact. It'll be held a little earlier due to a late shift. Wednesday, however, I think I've got the dentist. I will check with my parents, honestly, keep track of all that kind of stuff for me, so I'll check with them. But it looks like on Wednesday, we'll come back, we'll do the side stories, and we will be ready. And don't worry, I'll make sure I've got an extra toilet roll, because this one's almost out thanks to a runny nose. And if you think me having toilet roll on my computer desk is dirty, then all I can say is, fuck you. So I'll see how things go, and it's looking like on Wednesday we'll continue and do the side stories. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has put up with me via the main story. I say, everything we did today was my first experience with this. I've never experienced it in person, and basically whenever I used to play the game, I could only get up to the day before the festival, and then anxiety would kick in so much that I just couldn't go on. But now it kind of feels like I've had some closure. It does give me a little bits to think about where Haruki could be in the story at the end, seeing as you kind of get with Sayori. Now Haruki would kind of then become, I guess, a love rival. But at the same time, he shares a love for deeper meanings with Yuri, and he shares manga and anime with Natsuki. So he could easily just fit in as a third wheel character. In the mod, I think you would be able to be given the option, kind of thing. Whether you want, in the end, for Sayori and him to be... In fact, during that last speech of Sayori, perhaps it was Haruki that allowed her to keep this knowledge. After all, Monika couldn't completely delete their files. She says it's because, they're her friends. But perhaps because they were also locked behind some security. Security that unlocked when Haruki passes. Allowing Monika to restore them. Anyway, guys. I guess that's going to be it for today's stream and video and all that good stuff. I am really gosh. You know what I need? You know what I'm gonna do? I think you guys, now deserve some kind of very calm thing. Okay? We are going to raid into a random user rather than a friend. This reminds me, I also have to take my Switch tomorrow. For those that don't know, tomorrow is a convention for me. And I'm going as Monika. So now with a better understanding of the game as well, I can pull some references. Although, I don't like making the jokes of Sayori. I'm going to go for a the obvious one in a non-conventional way, I think, for my performance. You guys will see what I mean when we get there. Let's see. Let's see, VTubers. I should probably expand my search to English. Well, they are English. They're a new VTuber. Why can't I hear the internet at all? Hang on a second, guys. I've got an advert here. We're going to look at rating off into a random viewer. Or, not a random viewer, a random streamer. You know, spread some love. You know, go show them what Sayori teaches you. Okay? Go show them what this little gremlin does. Do you speak? Streamer, do you speak? Sure, I like that model. Okay, so we're going to be raiding off into a user called Little Bird 398. I think if you knew what sounds those were and could tell those notes, you know where we're going. You know what they're playing. They are currently playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Apparent to their title, they're a new VTuber, so please, you know, go and show them a bit of love. We here completely support throwing our love to everyone that we can. That's alright, Evie. Thank you for popping by. Thank you to everyone that's been here. Thanks to all the lurkers. As always, you guys are the true MVPs. Without further ado, let's send on some love. See you guys later.